What's up, everybody? It is Sterling here on his first journey of trying to figure out what to do when it comes to recording and being at home and delivering some great stuff. I don't know what to talk about. I'm very eccentric, but we will figure that out as we can go along with this whole thing. So, why don't we just do a screen share? Why don't we? We'll just screen share this. We'll just show my little dashboard. Is there a way to do things? We'll just do the screen. Let's do that. Share my screen. Boom. There we go. Hey. Okay, so we are back here over here doing this stuff. So I don't know what to really talk about, but let's just go inside the news of some stuff that's on here right now. So we're just going to be over here doing some Kavanaugh attorney says that he shouldn't go to prison for George Floyd's murder. Well, we can talk about that, but that is something else, and that is a little bit too political for what I want to be talking about today. But you know what? It is what it is. So let's go to some articles. Why don't we go to IGN, good old IGN, and talk about some articles that might be posted here. Wow, I have not been on the IGN site in a long time. It looks really simplistic. It looks really weird. I'm used to it being all crazy and zany. I can see why people don't really use the websites no more or just go on YouTube now because it's kind of just bland and boring. And it kind of looks like YouTube in a way. If you actually notice, it kind of does look like YouTube. Like, let me get YouTube and like YouTube. Let's go to YouTube and like, sorry if my computer's slow, but like, look at that. IGN, that IGN, YouTube, IGN. Not much of a difference. Anyway, sorry if I kind of had a burp. So let's dismiss this because I do not use Chrome because it's busted too many of my computers. I don't know. This is some weird stuff that YouTube has up. This is so bizarre. Anyways, let's go to trusty IGN since I kind of side noted on that. I kind of do that. That's kind of crazy of me to do that. Anyways, let's talk about this news. I got hiccups. Damn it. God of War 2 delayed to 2022. Will come to PS4. Ooh, I've been hearing news on this on Twitter. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is at Sterling Cart at Twitter. STERLINGKART. So what does it say? God of War 2 delayed to 2022. Will come to PS4. However, Horizon Forbidden West is aiming for holiday 2021 release date. Ooh, fantastic. So let's go over here. Sony has announced that the sequel of 2018's God of War has been delayed to 2022 and that the most anticipated game will be released on both PS5 and PS4. Head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Holst, announced the news on PlayStation.blog in a Q&A where he discussed the next, what's next for the PlayStation Studio. Sorry, as my dyslexia kind of kicks in, so bear with me. While we shared that Horizon Forbidden West is still on track to release this holiday season, God of War started a little later. So the decision was made to push the game to 2022 to ensure that it's the amazing God of War game that we all want to play. Well, I'm not mad about that. I see it as a thing that, hey, if you got to delay a game, it is what it is. I'm just going to keep reading and then I'll have my commentary. So we have currently two very big, very narrative-driven games in development, Horizon Forbidden West and the next God of War. And for both of those, they're frankly affected by the access to performance, capture, and talent. Whole set, I think I said that right. For Horizon, we think we are on track to release this holiday season, but this isn't quite certain yet, and we're working as hard as we can to confirm that as soon as we can. And God of War, the project started a little late, so we've made the decision to push the game out. Okay, that's what we just said, so let's skip that. Santa Monica Studios shared a similar message on Twitter, thanking fans for the amount of love our community has shown us since the teaser of the next God of War aired last year. However, wants to deliver an incredible experience while not sacrificing the safety and well-being of the team, and the delay was the best option to accomplish both. We remain focused on delivering a top quality game while maintaining the safety and well-being of our team, creative partners, and families. With this in mind, we've made the decision to shift our release window to 2022, Santa Monica Studio wrote. So that's pretty cool. Feels like I just mimicked that and I kind of said that, but you know, what is this? Host continues on explaining, blah, 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 best 20 stuff. Okay. IPs, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So from what we get in this article, it seems like God of War is being delayed to 2022 from what we know. And that's good. I got a feeling that this game is still going to get pushed back, maybe 2022 holiday, and that could still be like fourth quarter going into 2023. I wouldn't be mad based on the situations with everything in the studio. And same with Horizon Zero Dawn. I think Horizon Zero Dawn's probably on track, but it's still going to probably be delayed to like, I want to say February 2022. I say February 2022. But overall, that's kind of cool to hear. I'm not bothered. I'm never one of those gamers that says like, oh, I have to have this game because they announced it at E3. I need it on the holiday. I need it now. No, I'm kind of that guy that's just like, okay, cool. Like, no worries. Like, this isn't a big deal. This doesn't like affect me. Like it doesn't affect me in a way where I'm pissed. I got a backlog of games back there. And to me, I see it as one of those things that I don't mind. We can chill. We can have a good old time. I'd rather wait and finish playing other games. Fingers crossed on Cyberpunk being hopefully done, but I got a feeling that won't be done until 2030. Yeah, interesting. It's cool. Let's keep scrolling on here. There was some other news I saw. Oh yeah, Far Cry 4 was pretty dope. That seems pretty cool. Jupiter's Legacy canceled at Netflix. Well, I kind of expected Jupiter's Legacy to get canceled at Netflix. No surprise there. It was a good show for what it was, but I feel like it just was kind of under the radar when released. And like it had a really good lore, but I don't think there was just a drive for it compared to like, okay, let me back up. So when it comes down to, let's click on this article here. So like we'll read it. We don't even need to read it because we'll read it and then I'll give you my whole thing on this. So Jupiter's Legacy canceled at Netflix despite cliffhanger ending. More Miller World content is still on the way though. After only one season, the cliffhanger finale, Jupiter's Legacy, is coming to an end at Netflix, though the adaptation of Mark Miller's comic series of the same name premiered just under 4 weeks ago. The series cast members have been released, have now been released from the show's commitment, effectively pulled the plug on another season. Although Netflix does not regularly release official an audience figures, Jupiter's Legacy was featured in the streaming's top 10 category for several days after its premiere. However, it seems likely that the show did not perform to Netflix's expectations, partially for the high-profile project that carried more expensive production scale. I'm really proud of the team achieved Jupiter's Legacy and amazing work that everyone did in the origin season. Miller wrote that the official statement posted on Twitter. We made the tough call to letting our incredible cast out of their show commitment as we continue to thoughtfully develop all realms of Jupiter Legacy Saga. We're confident we'll return to it later and just want to say thank you to you guys for your continued support and the cast and crew that made this look so great. Jupiter's Legacy Requiem, a new comic series that will continue the property stories while the upcoming comics may have been planned as a way to set up the narrative threads of the future television episodes that could also touch the loose threads from the show's first season, et cetera, and the gallery. Okay, so going into Jupiter's Legacy, I didn't really have an issue with this show, actually. The show was actually pretty dope from what I was watching. And I remember the comic kind of being around like when I started reading comics, like back in 2013, I got back into reading comics and it seemed pretty cool. It was short. I remember the issues were only like 5 issues. And then they did some spin-offs and they were kind of like the same amount. It was very limited. It was like 5 or 6 issues. But when it came to Netflix, I feel like when you compare this to like WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, Snyder Cut, The Boys, and Invincible, you have 5 shows that were freaking solid when it came to superhero stuff. And they all did something different in the realms of being known or placing their imprint. Like, I can break it down with each of these things, and I will side note and break this down. Like, WandaVision is the first like MCU thing to come back after the long hiatus and the coronavirus of stuff. with just the pandemic taking effect, and we haven't got really any movies or anything that's Marvel related. So WandaVision was the first. Winter Soldier was the second, and it was kind of something that was needed to push the MCU story further, I feel, in my opinion. I'm not going to go into my thoughts of Winter Soldier and all that. I'm kind of on the other side of the spectrum of people. I do like it, but like there's just things I like and things I don't like. Same with WandaVision. When it comes to Snyder Cut was the thing that we all asked for as a person that is the release of Snyder Cut type of person. We wanted this to be out. We wanted to see the true vision of what Zack Snyder had. Is it 4 hours long? And it could have been longer, and we probably wouldn't have been bothered, or some people might have been bothered. Sure, yeah, it's a bit long, or however its length it is. It is what it is. But it was there for that audience, and it knew what it wanted to be. And when it came out, I say it delivered, in my opinion, because it knew its imprint and it knew what it wanted to do. When you go to The Boys is another example where this show, granted, it did come out like I think like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And I remember watching the first season and talking about it because I love the comic, and talking about how this show was really good and how they changed certain things up from the comic to the show to make it like more appropriate with how everybody's PC now. But it was a great run, and it took everybody till season 2 for it to click, because I think a lot of us just got sick of like the Marvel formula, and when Watchmen kind of came out, it kind of changed like the whole shtick. I feel like a lot of things, and I wouldn't say Watchmen, but a lot of things kind of came into the effect of leading to everyone liking darker stuff, and I think The Boys season 2 was what awoken everybody that comic stuff could be dark again, and I love that. And even though like Zack Snyder's stuff was already around, but I think people needed other shows, and I think The Boys was that show. And now we go back and watch the darker stuff, and it's enjoyable. Same with Invincible. Invincible is actually like one of my favorites this year, and it treaded that line of both good, like, you know, great, like the animation was decent and great, but like the charm was there where it had its fun moments and it had its dark moments like in the comics. And I feel like that was a great medium for the show to do that. And Invincible is a perfect example of that type of story. When it came to Jupiter's Legacy, I feel like we'll get to it on this. Like Jupiter's Legacy's issue was, in my opinion, more of just like I would say the advertisement. I want to say advertisement for this was the biggest deal. Like, because the show isn't terrible. Like, I actually quite enjoyed it. Like, it's slower. There's moments. It had its cornball moments, like most superhero stuff. But I want to say that, like, this show was just poorly advertised. And I feel like Netflix didn't push it as hard as they did. And they just thought, like, here's the first season. Let's just push it out. Like, it's like what they did with Love, Death, and Robots, you know? Like Love, Death, and Robots, the first season came out, and like everyone was kind of hyped. And like, well, I wouldn't say everybody, but like it was more of the animation side of people like me, and we were all into it. And then eventually word of mouth came up and people liked it. And then we wanted a season 2, and they confirmed season 2. But when season 2 came out just recently, it's kind of was pushed under the rug. And that's kind of my issue with Netflix. And this is what Jupiter's Legacy is kind of doing. It kind of pushed it under the rug, but like presented itself like, oh, here it is. Here's Jupiter's Legacy. All right, it's out for like 3 days. And then they just went, all right, we're just going to hide it. No advertisement at all. Nothing. And that's what I hate about Netflix too. Like I could go on about Netflix's advertisement and just trash on it, poorly advertising their stuff. So Jupiter's Legacy not like getting canceled. It's not the fault of, I wouldn't say it's the fault of the show, because the show itself was good. It had a medium. It was kind of more, in my opinion, like if the MCU took it a little further, with stakes that mattered, because I feel like the stakes in MCU are just lacking, and with stakes that mattered, but it had its moments of being as dark as The Boys. Moments. I wouldn't say it's as dark, but it had its moments of being as dark. And I feel like that's what Jupiter's Legacy was, where it was too much in the middle. And I think people just either liked it or kind of liked it and wanted more, but it didn't grab the attention. So it had everybody kind of on the fence because superhero movies are like Westerns now. But also I feel like the show just didn't get advertised a whole lot. Like if you asked me if it was like a show that I looked forward to all year, I wouldn't have known the show existed unless it was me like either on YouTube and happened to see a trailer for 30 seconds and it was there, or watching something like IGN and being like, oh, hey, Jupiter's Legacy is coming out. Okay, cool. That's the thing. I'll watch it, you know? But other than that, if it came out and it was just on Netflix and it happened to be there, it would just be like another Camp Cretaceous or a iCarly or something where it's just like, oh, okay, it's there. All right, I'll watch it eventually when I get to it. And then it's added to the backlog and never get it added in. So that's just my opinion on it. I kind of went long on that, but I superhero stuff with me is always that thing I always tell my girlfriend and friends, like, hey, don't talk to me about superhero stuff because I'll just ramble on about this. And this is something I like talking about, but at the same time, I kind of get a little heavily opinionated on. So let's go back. All right, so we got that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love that movie. There's not really any good news like this whole week. I think it's just everybody ramping up to E3, which E3 has me hyped, but I'm not like too hyped on E3. E3 kind of just has me in this realm of uncertainty. I don't know what it is. Comics reveal, stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. News. Let's hit news. I should probably not be on IGN looking at stuff, but you know what? Today is my first video just testing things out, and let's see how it is and just be going from there. Atari. Oh yeah, are people still buying that Atari thing? Sorry, I'm just gonna be critiquing stuff as I go down this row here because I really don't. I just kind of see things and I just call it as I see it. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Switch games. I don't know. Oh, Valorant coming to mobile, baby. That's gonna be cool. I don't have anything else to say about that. There's like comic news, but I'm not too big on like some of the comic stuff that's going on right now. Like some of the comic stuff I look forward to that's coming out this year, like more Power Rangers stuff. I'm a big Power Rangers geek. But like other than that, I'm not like really vibing some of this. Like some of the Marvel stuff's okay, but it's nothing for me to like go crazy about. I don't know. YouTube's weird too because you can't really look at YouTube because it's just like it's one of those realms where I'm just like it's okay. It's not anything special. I don't know. I think today is just a slow news week today, guys. I just feel like it was fun to work on this and test this stuff out. I kind of want to do this format when I do videos and stuff like that. I just think I just gotta like find stuff. Oh, let's do this. Let's find some good news. Good news today. Let's do it. Let's find some good news today. What's some good news? Inspirational, uplifting, good news. Let's look at this. Good news on what is it? On MSN. Do we want to do MSN today? I don't really care about stuff. Wins $1 million. No, I don't want to like see good news. Like this is the kind of stuff I want to see, like right here. Over 20K raised by boy mauled over defending sibling against dog. Like that's the kind of shit I want to see, like that. Teacher lends student shoes off his own feet for graduation. Let me read this. Let's read this. Do we want to go to which one do we want to go to? Like, I like this. This is the kind of shit I like right here. Okay, so a shoe policy almost kept a high school senior from walking at his own graduation. Then the teacher stepped in. Oh shit. Okay, so at Texas high school graduation ceremony. I don't need to watch the video. So let's see. Okay. One high school senior almost missed his graduation after he was told a school policy did not allow his type of shoes at the ceremony. What? His type of shoes? Okay, when Devarius, I love that name, Devarius. That's a dope name. Devarius Peters, a senior at Hanville. It's like a Hanville high school in, what is that? Boots, or is it Butte, like Butte, Montana, but it's Butte, Louisiana. Arrived at the convention center with his graduation, where his graduation was being held on May 19th. A student representative blocked him from entering. She just stopped me saying I couldn't wear my shoes, Peter said. Another kid with the exact same shoes. So I was confused. Oh, wait, another kid with the exact same shoes. So I was confused. Oh, but it should have said there was another kid with the same exact shoes. So I was confused. Okay. I thought my dyslexia was acting up. I don't need that. Get out of the way with that stupid blue text. School's graduation dress code policy says male students wear dark press shoes or dark dress shoes, and tennis shoes are not allowed. Wait. Dark dress shoes and tennis shoes. So let me reread this. Students' graduation dress code policy says male student must wear dark dress shoes and must wear dark dress shoes, and tennis shoes are not allowed. Peters wore Alexander McQueen black leather sneakers with white rubber soles, along with the white dress shirt, tie, black pants, which were part of the school policy. Let me see this. Okay, if these are the shoes, oh no, these are the shoes he held them. Okay. I was embarrassed and I was humiliated, and I just was shocked that it started because my shoes were black and dark colored. So, like, why am I getting stopped? And then when a teacher stepped in, John Butler, a teacher at the school whose daughter was graduating the day, caught sight of Peters. There were only about 5 minutes until the doors of the graduation was closed, and I was waiting outside for my wife to join us when Darius comes to me in a panic and tells me that they are not letting me walk the stage to receive his diploma and graduate, Butler said. Butler went to the school official to discuss the issue. She insisted that Peters is not allowed to walk the stage. What the fuck? Okay, what happened next? Butler said he felt like a no-brainer was going to give him his size 11 shoes to the high school senior. That's awesome. At first, he asked me what size I was, and I said, I'm a 9, and he gave me his shoes. I slipped them on and his shoes like slippers because it was how big it was. Okay, they were like slippers for how big it was. Peter's mom, dad, grandma, and siblings rushed in to take a seat and didn't have a chance to pick up the program at the ceremony. When Peter's name was called, his mom said they debated whether it was actually him. I'm like, that is Darius, and they were like, no, that is not Darius. That kid has brown shoes on. Jima Smith recalls. Graduation day for the kick that stuff out. When she confronted her son, Peters told Butler that he loaned him the shoes so that he would have no problem getting his diploma, and it wasn't until her son's story went viral that the mom learned the whole story. Wow. Let's go back. Learn the whole story. Sorry, I got to scratch my nose. I'm not trying to pick it. I'm just trying to scratch it. When I turned to Mr. Butler and called to contact him, contacted him and had a conversation with him, asking him exactly what happened, I was literally in tears because I did not know all this took place and that my son had to experience it. Smith said that she understands students were to wear certain attire to the graduation ceremonies, but the school should do a better job addressing this dress code policy, which they should. The cap and gown already cost us $138.50, and you don't know people's situations exactly, Smith said. So I have a big problem about that as well. Like, how about a kid who can't afford to wear these things that you're requiring? I think the school needs to put something in place, really look deep into exactly what's going on. Butler said he plans to talk with school administrations to review the dress code policy and other guidelines for ceremonies. Wow. That's great news. Okay, home slice right over here. John Butler giving his shoes to the homie right over here, Darius Peters. That's the shit I want to see. That is the kind of news I like reading right there. That's the dope news right there, y'all. Right there at Butte, Louisiana. Okay. Um, Coming from someone like myself, I wouldn't say that I grew up poor, but I did have a senior situation similar to this where I wouldn't say I was nearly kicked out. But my senior year, I did grow up kind of in a little bit of poverty at the time because we were just in a rut and it was the recession at the time. And I just was like, had all the things going on. And then my world just kind of shattered down. But so I totally vibe and feel for this kid right here. But to me, like, I think this is awesome because even me as a coach, I was a coach at a high school for a while and graduating from college soon. This John 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 Butler, you're killing it. You're killing it, boy. That's the shit I aspire to be when I become a teacher. To the school, shame on y'all. Like Hanville High School, like that is some whack shit. Like that's the kind of stuff whoever's the teacher there needs to get like talked to or told to about because that's the kind of stuff that like I'm gonna be real on this. So as a person, you don't know what people are experiencing every day. And when it comes down to that, you try to be the best individual that you can be, making sure everybody's great, making sure everyone's having a good time, serve people with a smile, be nice, ask how they're doing, if they are okay, anything like that, just to stir up a conversation. I know we're in a pandemic, but there are times when it's just, having a conversation with somebody. But situations like this, we are just getting out of being locked in, not seeing anybody, being with our families, getting vaccinated, finally allowed to slowly get some sense of normalcy. And then you want to be this teacher that doesn't want to let the student walk because he has these certain pair of shoes, but another dude is wearing those shoes. My mentality is with this type of situation, especially that lady that was doing it, like, you need to get your panties out of a bunch. This boy is about to graduate. This is his last day. You don't know where he's going in life and what he's going to be doing in the next 5 to 10 years. And you don't know what you're doing in the next 5 to 10 years. So this boy right here, Darius Peters, Devarius, my bad, not Darius, Devarius Peters. I hope the best and most gracious blessings towards you because, man, life is something. And I hope you have a great time, make some wise choices, make some great changes, great things with your time in college or whatever you do after high school, becoming a young man. And teachers need to be that type of individual where they are aspiring and encouraging and just letting things slide, being transparent. Because I feel like if we have some level of transparency, we vibe with the person, have some sense of empathy and sympathy, and just let things slide, especially when it's a high school graduation, just let it go. Let the boy walk, do what he's doing, and then he's done. But to create drama in this situation here, and this boy is out of here. He's out. He's done. He doesn't have to be here. To me, that leaves a bad impression when he's leaving, and that leaves a bad impression on you because you're that person that's trying to ruin this boy's day. And you trying to be the freaking party pooper, and John Butler had to step in to be that savior, and the whole family finding out, and now the school administration's being talked to about this situation. This is on that teacher. It's on that person. Sorry, it's on them. You could have let it slide. You could have just been like, yo, man, you're not supposed to be wearing those shoes, but you know what? It's your graduation. I'm going to let it slide. I hope the best. I hope the greatest. Make today worth it. And just leave it at that. But no, you had to be that person that had to ruin that. So, Devarius Peters, I give you all my blessings, my love, my hope. Hope you shine, boy. And John Butler, you the homie. You the homie, boy. So, let's go back. That's some old good news. I kind of have to shoot and spit some some knowledge, some influence out there, but that is some beautiful, beautiful news right there. And that's the kind of stuff I like seeing right there. Okay, let's go back to good news. We'll finish it off with one more. Should I read this article? I already read it and I already liked it, but you know what? Let's get to it. Let's get to it because I'm already liking this. All right, so over 20K raise for boy mauled while defending siblings against dogs. Okay, so we got fundraiser for Deacon Ashmore, 12, has hit more than 24,000 after he was mauled while protecting his younger siblings from dogs that come loose in Detroit, Michigan. Of course, Detroit, man, Detroit. I don't even know what Detroit's like, but I got a feeling Detroit be like that, all right? I'm in California, so it's different. Over 25,000 has been raised for the GoFundMe account for the Detroit boy as of Friday, who was viciously mauled defending his 3 younger siblings after two canines got loose in the neighborhood. So far, more than 25,000 has been raised for medical expenses needed for Deacon Ashman's 12 out of the fundraiser goal of 30,000, which is created Thursday after the Detroit Free Press first reported that the boys' attack had occurred Monday. Many of you know Deacon Ashmore as a young man. As a great young man, Deacon proved that Monday evening. Wrote Cleat. Was that Cleat? Bontrager. People have some weird last names, but my last name's weird too. So, who organized the fundraiser? He had surgery Tuesday morning to repair his calf. Oh, damn. So he got mauled in the calf. That's meaty. Gotta put those dogs down. Sorry, you gotta do what you gotta do. Deacon will have medical bills that may include physical therapy. Of course, he's got his freaking calves mauled off. More than 350 people already donated to the fundraiser in support of Deacon, and the top donation being 10,000 from an anonymous donor. Multiple anonymous donations were for $10, $20, and $50. The young man is simply heroic. It's an honor to contribute to his fund. No, I don't need. To his fund, donor Cynthia Doley wrote while contributing $200. We were so overwhelmed that we are so grateful that so many perfect strangers had rallied to support Deacon. Deacon Peter Ashmore, Deacon's father, wrote the Detroit Free Press on Friday about the funds that were raised. Dang, so that is wild. That is wild. Deacon said that he held the dogs off for his 2 younger siblings. 2 sisters ages of 9 and 7 and a brother age of 5 ran inside their house. Oh, shit. His mother, Elizabeth Ashmore, said that he jumped in front of the other kids and made sure that they can run home really fast before the dogs got them. Deacon's legs were punctured after one of the dogs bit him in the left calf. Ooh, okay. And Deacon hit the dog until it removed its teeth from his legs, which allowed him to escape. His mother and Deacon's legs were badly mauled to his bone was visible and was a lot of blood. And luckily he did not have any broken bones. He was rushed to the Children's Hospital where he received a tetanus and rabies shot. Where plastic surgeons worked on repairing the damage he suffered from the dog bite. And he was kept overnight and released the following day. He was going to make complete recovery. He's going to make a complete recovery, and be just fine. He's home in crutches and could be a couple weeks, and not even sure how many stitches they ended up putting in. Dang. Deacon was a 6th grader. He's a bright young man. Yeah, he loves the Marvel Adventures, superhero characters, and movies. Damn. God bless you for your bravery, boy. Dude, right here. Deacon, boy. That's some good news. I feel bad for this boy. I might have to figure out a way to send some money over there to this kid because, man, that is wild. That literally wild. You're being a good brother, man. That is one of those things where playing outside, shooting Detroit, making sure your brothers are safe, your sister's safe, and then out of nowhere, these rabid dogs, whoever's dogs they be, probably pit bulls or some Dobermans or whatever the hell, just get out and just attacking children. Like, what the hell, man? Like, keep your dogs inside. This is why, like, I talk so much smack on dogs, like, all the time. Like, I'm a cat guy. So, like, cats scratch you. I got scratched by my girlfriend's cat. That's it. You just go off on it and the cat feels bad, and then you living, you chilling. Dogs, however, dogs attacking, they just mean. They bark, they're loud, they're everything. And that's kind of my issue with dogs, is that, you know, you get cool dogs sometimes. I will admit, you get cool dogs, but like, people don't raise them right. And sometimes they get rabid and crazy and they attack people. And we don't need situations like this. Like, take better care of your pets. But for our boy Deacon over here, this is dope. This is dope. This is good news right here. And I feel like, man, this boy deserves it all. He deserves it all right here. Like, this is such good news here. Like, I'm happy that the money was raised, and I hope he gets a awesome recovery so he can be fantastic. He's only 12, but it does suck. You get traumatized over stupid stuff like that, especially dogs, man. Like, you ain't gonna trust a dog no more. You better get yourself a cat. But at the same time, like, I give props to this home slice right over here, protecting his brothers and sisters, and boom, like, it is what it is. So Deacon, my boy. That's some good news. You looking happy, and I hope you have a speedy recovery, and I hope everything pans out okay for you, man. I hope you can run. You're gonna have a great summer and do whatever you got to do, especially over there. I don't know how Detroit is, but I hope you have a blessed and fantastic summer, my boy. So I think that's enough for today. I kind of went through some articles. I had a great time. I actually liked doing this. Let's go back to. Are we able to finish this share? Stop share. Let's stop this share real quick. Yeah, let's stop this share. Yeah, I actually like doing videos like this. We'll have to figure it out. How do we make this a potential thing where we talk about good news, get the hype up, read the whole article, and then just talk about it. I feel like earlier we were talking about gaming news. Sorry, my throat. Gaming news is great, but my whole thing with gaming news is that it's like, okay, we hear about it from like 20 other people. We hear it from IGN. We hear it from Dreamcast guy. We hear it from what's that other dude I watch? What was it? I can't even remember. Review Tech USA. You know, people talk about that stuff all the time, you know, and I feel like gaming news ain't really news to me because we end up finding out. And the only people I know personally that don't really get gaming news is like the people that are like, you know, busy working, or they're only like, you know, they only stick around playing like their 3-4 games. You know, I have friends that are like that. We talk about new games all the time and they have no clue. And then a month or 2 months later, they're like, why aren't we talking about this? And I'm like, bro, we talked about this game like back when they announced it 4 months ago. Like, what are you talking about, bro? But when it comes to good news, I like good news. Good news is great. It keeps the vibe going, keeps you hyped, keeps you excited. I get it. More people want to hear opinions of people that you care about and you like, but I feel like, you know, talking about some good news that don't get shined on and it's other people talking about it, I think that's just great. I think we should do this. We should make it a thing. Maybe not a daily thing, maybe a weekly thing. You know, we could talk about some good news. I can make it a podcast or something like that. You know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's cool. We'll go from there. For right now, I'm gonna end this video here. Make sure y'all like and subscribe on Sterling Cart. I'm probably gonna post this on my YouTube channel at a random because you know what? Why not? I haven't done videos in such a long time, and I think it'll be fun. And y'all be looking at my face and being like, "Man, this poor quality of a video." So, before I talk too much, let me get on out of here. Okay? And may y'all have a blessed week. All right. Should I end it here?